Hello everyone, welcome back to the UGC NET English channel. If you are preparing for UGC NET English, then today's lecture is extremely important because we are going to discuss culture studies, one of the most frequently asked areas in our exams. Many of you find culture studies confusing because it includes literature, sociology, history, media studies, politics, ideology, popular culture, and many other disciplines. But don't worry. In today's lecture, I will explain culture studies in very simple language. We'll cover what is culture studies, origin of culture studies, Birmingham School, Richard Hoggart, Stuart Hall, Raymond Williams, E.P. Thompson, Stephen Greenblatt, John Fiske, an important concept and works. But before we start, let's plan our 8 days. Friends, only 8 days are left for UGC NET English examination. These final days are extremely important and can make a huge difference in your results. I want all of you to stay focused, avoid distraction, and trust the hard work you have done so far. For the next 8 days, dedicate 4 hours daily to paper 2 revision, 3 hours to paper 1 revision, 4 hours to solving a full-length mock test, and at least 1 hour to analyzing your mistakes. Remember, revision is your biggest strength at this stage because revision turns information into long-term memory and helps you recall answer quickly and accurately in the examination hall. And mock tests are equally powerful because they transform your knowledge into marks by improving your speed, accuracy, confidence, and time management skills. Friends, do not start any new topics now. Instead, focus on revising your notes, important concepts, and previous year questions. Learn from your mistakes every single day and keep improving. Believe in yourself, stay positive, and give your best effort during these final 8 days. So all the best. So let's begin our today's revision. First, we'll see what is culture studies. Culture studies is an interdisciplinary field that studied culture, its relationship with society, power, politics, identity, media, and everyday life. Traditionally, literature departments focused mainly on great literary works such as Shakespeare, Milton, Wordsworth. And cultural studies expanded this idea. It argued that culture is not limited to great books. Culture also includes television, films, advertisement, fashion, sport, social media, music, popular entertainment, and everyday practices. Friends, the central question of culture studies is how does culture shape people's lives, identity, beliefs, and social relation? Culture studies also examines how power operates through culture and how dominant groups influence society through culture institutions. Now let's see birth of culture studies. Culture studies emerged in Britain during the 1950s and 1960s. The birthplace of culture studies is Centre for Contemporary Cultural Studies, CCCS, founded in 1964 by Richard Hoggart. The Birmingham School became the Centre for Culture Studies and produced many influential scholars. The major figure includes Richard Hoggart, Stuart Hall, Raymond Williams, E.P. Thompson. These scholars shifted attention from elite culture to popular culture and everyday life. First, we'll see Richard Hoggart. Richard Hoggart is considered one of the founders of culture studies. His important work is The Uses of Literacy, 1957. In this book, Hoggart studies working class culture in Britain. He examines how television, magazines, newspapers, and popular entertainment influence ordinary people. According to Hoggart, popular culture deserves serious academic study. Before cultural studies, many scholars ignored popular culture. Hoggart changed these perspectives. Now let's see his important ideas. First is culture analysis. Culture should be analyzed critically because it reflects social values and ideology. Massification. Mass media can create a uniform culture and weaken local traditions. Next is cultural reproduction. Culture is transmitted from one generation to another through everyday practices. High culture versus popular culture. Richard Hoggart challenged the strict distinction between elite culture and popular culture. Friends, आपको ये याद रखना है, Richard Hoggart, the uses of literacy, working class culture. Next is Stuart Hall. After Hoggart, Stuart Hall became the most influential figure in culture studies. His important work is Encoding, Decoding 1973. Stuart Hall revolutionized media studies. He argued that communication is not a one-way process. The producer creates a message encoding, but audience interpret it differently, means decoding. Different people may derive different meanings from the same media texts. Now let's discuss Stuart Hall's encoding decoding model. Stuart Hall proposed three types of readings. Dominant reading, audience accepts the intended message. Negotiated reading means audience partly accepts and partly questions the message. Oppositional reading, audience rejects the intended meaning. Friends, Stuart Hall argued that identity is not fixed. Identity is continuously shaped by history, culture, language, politics. So आपको यहाँ ये याद रखना है, Stuart Hall, encoding, decoding, culture, identity and hegemony. Next we have Raymond Williams. Raymond Williams is one of the most important cultural theorists. His major works are Culture and Society, 1958, The Long Revolution, 1961, Keywords, 1976, Marxism and Literature, 1977. Now let's discuss his concepts. First is structure of feeling. This is Williams' most famous concept. It refers to shared emotion, experience and attitudes that characterize a particular historical period. Friends, these feelings may not yet be fully expressed in institution, but people collectively experience them. Next concept is cultural materialism. William developed cultural materialism. It studies culture in relation and material and social conditions. Culture is connected to economics, politics and social structures. Next is dominant, residual and emergent culture. Dominant culture, the currently powerful culture. Residual culture, elements from the past that still survive. Emergent culture, new culture forms that are developing. So again, what you have to remember is Raymond Williams' structure of feelings and cultural materialism. Next is E.P. Thompson. E.P. Thompson combined history and culture. His important work is The Making of the English Working Class, 1963. History from Below. Traditional history focuses on kings and political leaders. Thompson focused on ordinary people. He argued that workers, laborers and common people also shape history. Next is class consciousness. Class is not merely an economic category. It is a lived experience created through culture, struggle and collective identity. Next concept is moral economy. People often resist economic changes when these changes violate traditional ideas of fairness and justice. फ्रेंड्स, आपको यहाँ याद रखना है E.P. थॉम्सन, हिस्ट्री फ्रॉम बिलो, क्लास कॉन्शियसनेस एंड मॉरल इकोनॉमी. Next is Stephen Greenblatt. Stephen Greenblatt is primarily associated with the new historicism, but his work strongly influenced cultural studies. His important work is Renaissance Self-Fashioning, 1980. Now let's see his concepts. First is self-fashioning. People construct their identities through social and cultural practices. Identity is not natural or fixed, it is culturally produced. Next is new historicism. Literature can't be separated from history. Text and historical context influence one another. Next is social energy. Literature participates in the circulation of ideas, values, beliefs, and power within society. Next is subversion and contentment. Texts may change dominant power structures, but those challenges are often absorbed back into the system. So आपको यहाँ याद रखना है Greenblatt, self-fashioning, new historicism. Okay. Next is John Fiske. John Fiske is one of the most important media theorists in cultural studies. His important works are Television Culture, 1987, Understanding Popular Culture, 1989, Reading the Popular, 1989. Now let's see his important concepts. Polysemy. Media texts have multiple meanings. Different audiences interpret them differently. Next is audience empowerment. Audiences are active participants. They do not passively consume media. Next is semiotic resistance. People can interpret media messages in ways that resist dominant ideology. Next is popular culture. Popular culture is a site of a struggle between dominant and subordinate groups. So friends, यहाँ आपको याद रखना है John Fiske, Polysemy, audience empowerment, popular culture. Now quickly revise Richard Hoggart. His major work is The Uses of Literacy. Important concept is working class culture. Next is Stuart Hall, Encoding, Decoding. An important concept is also Encoding, Decoding. Raymond Williams, Culture and Society. Important concept is Structure of Feeling. E.P. Thompson, important work, The Making of the English Working Class. And important concept is History from Below. Stephen Greenblatt, important work, Renaissance Self-Fashioning, and important concept, self-fashioning. John Fiske, Understanding Popular Culture, and important concept, polysemy. Now let's do final super revision. Friends, remember this combination for your exams. Richard Hoggart, The Uses of Literacy. Stuart Hall, Encoding, Decoding. Raymond Williams, Structure of Feelings and Cultural Materialism. E.P. Thompson, History from Below and Moral Economy. Stephen Greenblatt, Self-Fashioning and New Historicism. John Fiske, Polysemy and Audience Empowerment. Friends, cultural studies is one of the most scoring areas in your exams, because questions are frequently asked from the theories, concept, work combinations. Revise these theories repeatedly and focus on matching questions. Thank you for watching this lecture. If this video helped you, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next class. Happy learning and all the best for your exams.